At the beginning of 2018, my resolution was to be more self sufficient, so a solo trip across the country felt like the right move. When I decided to take a trip to LA alone this year, I got a lot of replies from people like, "Aren't you scared? Won't that be boring? Lonely? I could never travel alone." Of course, those were all thoughts I'd had before, but a resolution is a resolution, so I boarded the plane anyway. People say LAX is one of the craziest, most chaotic airports in the world, so navigating that was my first challenge.
Apparently, there is a hurricane over Mexico, so we hit that for about an hour. It was kind of turbulent and nauseating, but it only lasted about an hour, and the rest of the flight was pretty smooth. I've been up since about 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's now about 10 Pacific Time, so it's going to be a really long day. I'm looking forward to it. I'm currently waiting for the Metro Express here at LAX. When you see me, I'll be at Disneyland.
The second challenge was getting on this bus. The driver actually almost left while I was filming this. Luckily, I caught him before he could pull away.
Going round all the big chance of my father is here. I'm telling you, brother, it's a frightful sight just to see what goes on in the night.
So, I'm at Disneyland. I initially thought it was going to be really slow today because I saw this tracker online and it said that it was supposed to be slow today. And as you can tell, it's not fucking slow today.
Now, I'm no stranger to going to Disney by myself. I do it here in Florida all the time. There's just something so freeing about being on your own schedule. I was able to wait in line for all the rides I wanted to go on, some of them twice, and skip the ones I didn't, all without the guilt of ruining someone else's trip. Plus, there was no one there to judge me as I ate my weight in Disney snacks. Although Disneyland had a lot of cool Halloween events going on, I went ahead and left early. Another really nice thing about traveling alone is you get to leave places when you're ready to leave. Just after sunset on my second park day, I started feeling the effects of jet lag, and that's when I decided it was time to head north to LA, where I checked into my hotel and called it an early night. The third challenge I found on this trip was planning. When you're all alone, the whole day is dependent on you. You have to come up with everything from where you're eating, to where you're going, to how you're getting there. Now, I took Ubers for most of the trip, but I also found myself walking a lot too, which meant learning to navigate a city I've never been to before using only Google Maps and the grace of God. This is a really nice park. I'm just kind of taking it all in. I like this yellow building. Something I'd never really done on vacation before was take it slow. I'd realized there's only so much time to do all the things I want to do, and I'd try to cram in as much as possible. On this trip, I set my own pace. I stayed in places for as long as I wanted, and then I moved on when I was ready. That allowed me to spend almost 2 hours in the downtown Los Angeles Public Library. They have a very cool museum, an atrium, 4 floors of books, and this really nice mural. At night, in lieu of bars and clubs, I spent a couple hours at the Griffith Park Observatory, where I made a few friends and even saw a few UFOs.
What in the world?
That's a common, huh?
What
Wait,
is?
hit the ground, it's gonna go.
This is the beginning of a science fiction movie, is what this is. Oh, it broke up into 2, 3. What the heck?
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's UFOs. That's a UFO.
Oh my god, now it's 4. That's crazy.
On the last day of the trip, I spent some time at the Broad. I'm not a huge fan of museums, but they had some of the most unique exhibits I'd ever seen. Plus, they let me check my bag, so I could walk comfortably down to Olvera Street to see some of the Day of the Dead celebrations. I learned a lot about myself and what I was capable of while I was out there. This trip made me more patient, bold, and self-reliant. It forced me to step outside of my comfort zone, rely on my resources and the help of strangers. You'd be surprised by how much fun you can have by yourself. So if you're ever considering taking a trip alone, even if it's just for the weekend, I say go for it. Hey, it might end up being the best vacation of your life.